Hi guys, I'm Ben, and in this video we're covering Law 6 of the 48 Laws of Power. This one is court attention at all costs. What this one's really speaking to is the importance of standing out and being noticed from your peers, from the people around you, and why it matters most. So what this law is really about is looking for ways to stand out, for ways for you to be noticed by the people around you. Now this can be around taking bold actions, by taking risks, by creating controversy. But what it's all about when you boil down is how do you stand out? How do you sit above all the other people, all the other things, the meetings, the projects, the emails? How do you stand out above all of that so you can gain and accumulate power and influence? Now the reason this one's important is probably down to common sense. If you don't stand out, if people don't know who you are, it doesn't matter how smart you are, how genius you are, the great ideas that you have. If people don't hear them, if people don't notice them, it doesn't really count for much. Everyone else around you is going to be doing everything they can to stand out, to be noticed. There is only so much attention to go around. It is a very small pie. And like I said before, things like meetings and emails, things like urgent projects already take up so much of everyone else's attention. These are the things that you are competing against, as well as other people trying to get attention. You need to stand out from the sea of other people. That is in presentations, it's in job interviews, it's even your boss knowing what you do differently, why they should know you different from all your peers and the other people that report into you. You know implicitly why this is important. People need to know who you are. You need to be different. You need to stand out. People are going to reward the people that stand out. You don't want to be the person that people can't remember their name, that they confuse them for someone else, or they're not really sure what they do. You want to be bold. You want to be known. You want to stand out from the crowd. So there's 3 key ways to actually apply this law. And the first is by taking risks and being bold. One of the best ways to stand out for the crowd is to do things that other people won't. Now, whether this is a new way of doing something or a project that no one would take on, whether it's something that's not been done before in your company or just not how things are usually done. These are the types of things that will set you apart from everyone else. They are the things that show that you are the person that is willing to do something different, willing to stand out, to be different and to be noticed. You do need to be cautious when you are doing these bold and risky things. The last thing you want is for people to see that you are someone that is doing things purposely to just get attention. Although that's what we're talking about now, that's not the thing that you really want to be doing. By being bold and taking risks, you want to be known and be seen to be bold and as someone that take risks. Those are the things that make you stand out, rather than trying to do those things explicitly to stand out. Now, it's a fine line between the two things. The difference here is that you want to develop the reputation to be bold, the reputation to do risky things, not the reputation to be an attention seeker. When you do these bold and risky things, they will set you apart from your peers who always take the safe path, the thing that is always done, tried and true, that's true, but it's very monotonous. They're very vanilla. You want to be the spicy thing in that equation because that's what people remember. They remember the big projects. Things like the iPhone. It's not just a normal phone. It was something revolutionary, transformative, bold, and risky. Things like Tesla cars. Again, they weren't just another car because we would never remember them if they were just another car. They did something bold. Electric vehicles. Things that were different, it was risky, and that is why we remember it, and that's why the people that created them, Steve Jobs and Elon Musk, stand out. They get our attention. When they speak, we all take notice. The second way to do this is to create controversy. Now off the bat, this doesn't mean being rude or being disrespectful. That's not the type of controversy that you want to create. What you're really looking to do here is to challenge the status quo, to do things differently. That is the controversy. If you work in marketing, think of the controversy 10, 15 years ago That would have been caused when the first person said, hey, for our next campaign, let's do it electronic only. Let's not send out letters, put posters on the side of buildings, put ads in paper. Let's do none of that. Let's just do electronic marketing only. That would have been a seismic shift in the business that they were announcing that in. It definitely would have been, and it would have created a lot of controversy because that was not the way that things were done. But the person that did it and then saw the fantastic results from it, they would be known. They would be the person that did it, the first person. And that's the thing that you need to think of. There is controversy when you do these things, when you challenge the way that things have always been done. But when it comes off, you are the visionary. You are the person that saw something contrarian, a different way to do things that ended up being better. That's the type of attention that you want because it builds your power, it builds your influence, and it builds your status. The third principle here is to be authentic. In a crowd full of people, being someone else or being just like everyone else is not going to be the thing that makes you stand out. You are the only you. You are a combination of your unique experiences, your unique skills, your unique way of thinking. No one else is like you, and that's something that you need to embrace. You shouldn't be burying it down to try and be like the other people in your team or to be like your boss. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't be learning from them and developing the person that you are, taking on attributes that you aspire to have, or taking on new ways of doing things. But you shouldn't let that ultimately and fundamentally change the person you are. Instead, you need to be bringing that person to work. You need to be bringing that person into your relationships because you are unique, and by being yourself and showing your uniqueness, you will stand out because no one else is going to be like you. The more you showcase this, the more you are going to stand out and the more you are going to get noticed. Now, this isn't things like wearing a funny hat or, a different colored blazer or just dressing differently, unless it truly is you. If it is, you should embrace it, but don't just do it for the sake of being different. What I'm saying here is you need to be authentic. You need to be authentically you, because that's one of the things that stands out most in our corporate environments is people aren't used to being themselves and they aren't used to seeing others be themselves. They try to be this cookie cutter template that they've seen on TV shows like Suits or like Mad Men, or just the exact example of the last person that got promoted in their team. What you want to be seen is being authentically you. Embrace your uniqueness and let it help you stand out, increase your stature, your status, and ultimately your power. So to wrap this one up, this one's all about standing out and being noticed. Now, the reason that this is important is people only have a limited amount of attention, and it's already been contested so intensely by all the other things in their lives. Meetings, emails, personal lives, friendships, relationships at work, and you need to be competing and standing out against all these other things to capture their attention. Now, the ways that you can do this are by being bold and taking risks, by creating controversy by doing something new and challenging the status quo, and by being authentic, being yourself, bringing the unique experiences, talents, thoughts, everything unique about you, bringing it to work, bringing it to the forefront, and letting that distinguish you against the crowd of your peers who are all trying to be the same. And that's it on this one, guys. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time.